Man, what's up? What's up with it, man? It's Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. Top of the morning to y'all. Be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not a member of the channel, and be sure to hit the notifications so that you're able to get each and every one of my videos and all of my content. All right. Um, I'm gonna talk about this not too long, but I just wanted to kind of capitalize on what I spoke on in terms of the Scottie Pippen situation and basically Charles Barkley or Chuck, Sir Charles, whatever you want to call him. He came out and basically, spoke his mind as he always does, love it or hate it, on the Dan Patrick show. And he basically said that Scottie Pippen, all he's doing in this instance is pretty much trying to sell a book. Okay. And I agree with Charles Barkley. You know, if you felt the way that you felt and had issues a long time ago, you would have said that, uh, like, many years ago and everything. What's up with it, True Viking Queen? I see you in the building. Now, pretty much everybody already knows what my stance is in terms of Scottie Pippen. He's, let's just say, call it what it is. He wants to be in that number one spot and wanted to be in the same breath as Michael Jordan or the same playing field, which, it's understandable. It happens in every group. You have, like, let's say, for instance, like the Jackson Five, okay? You know, the brothers were jealous of Michael Jackson, you know? Man, it happens with every team. There might be a guy that's like right there. He might be the sidekick or the Robin, whatever you want to call him or whatever. And I can understand that, being called a Robin, some people might disagree with that and they might not feel that way. You said I totally agree also. Most celebrities or quote famous people always go the most to extra attention because a book is coming out, a new music. Yeah, absolutely. And what do people feed off of? They feed off of controversy, True Viking. So that's fact right there. They feed off of controversy. People love people going at each other. People are more intrigued to see what took place behind the scenes and everything. Now, if you grew up during this time, it wasn't no surprise that there was a lot of stuff going on. Everything from Jordan uh, put punching Steve Kerr, or Jordan doing this and Jordan not taking his stance on social issues, whatever the case may be. It wasn't really no type of surprise. It's just that you're seeing everything now because social media is so powerful. You have different platforms, and they're going to drive it uh, to a point where it's impossible for you to miss. Yeah, jealousy and envy are two terrible things. Absolutely. Yeah. But see, this is my thing on what people have to say about Jordan and his political stance and everything. Well, there were numerous players in the NBA that were just as powerful, not more powerful than Jordan, but they were right up there along with him in terms of his status. They didn't speak out on social issues and political issues or anything like that. Did Scottie Pippen speak out on social issues and political issues and the community and stuff like that? You didn't see it. So I think it's unfair for everybody to criticize Michael Jordan in that instance. Now, I know that in terms of him being an asshole and in terms of how he treated people, stuff like that. Okay, yeah, we could certainly agree. But his job really was being paid to play basketball. It wasn't there to try to be uh, what you call a political activist or anything like that. And so it, I mean, he doesn't have to do anything that he doesn't feel necessary. But you gotta keep the same smoke for a guy like Scottie Pippen if you're gonna criticize Michael Jordan because he was right there, and Scottie Pippen was popular too as well. He was in the Bulls solo dolo at one point in time. Was he out there speaking on political issues, things of that nature? No, he wasn't. So it's unfair to criticize him. Now, Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen, of course, they played on the Olympic team. They played with the Dream Team, and then of course they played on another Olympic team some years later. Charles Barkley and Scottie Pippen never really had the best relationship, and that's evident too as well because when he got to Houston, he had quite a few things to say about Scottie Pippen, and he did play horrible. When he was in Houston, he wasn't the same Scottie Pippen that people expected and everything, and he basically was acting like the world owed him something when he really was quite a bit of a shell of himself when he got there. Oh, what's up with it? Too raw for sports or too raw for TV. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Too Raw for TV. You got Too Raw for sports, Too Raw for TV, Too Raw classics, politically incorrect, and also, I mean, this guy is the historian, like I said, of the highest order. I think when it comes to Too Raw and Kev Mack are the best historians on YouTube. I say Kev Mack because Kev Mack does it from a street perspective. And when it comes to Too Raw for TV, I know him as Big Mike. Nobody's seeing Big Mike right now on any type of level when it comes to sports. He's delving into things to where I don't even need to look at the TV, like, the History Channel or any of that shit no more because he's going to give you the real. So definitely go subscribe to his channel. Uh, you know, And you said people say all the time that we judge certain athletes for stuff outside of basketball, but people criticize the things that he did outside of basketball. Yeah, exactly. Now those are facts. Salute to you, Sterling Young. I see you in the building. Okay, look. Here's my thing with that. True raw on both of those things that you said. I have no problem, absolutely no problem with Jordan not speaking out and all this other stuff because he was there just to play basketball. A lot of people don't realize, and to Raw, I think we can agree to this. Jordan was an introvert. A lot of people don't realize that about Jordan. I think a couple people on the Dream Team said that Jordan was just an introvert. Yeah, he played cards, he played golf and stuff like that, but Jordan, he wanted to he was very private you know so if you're paying me to do a job and everything and I don't feel like speaking out on what's going on politically, things of that nature, I don't have to do anything that I don't want to. And then on top of that, you criticize a guy like Michael Jordan. Well, Scottie Pippen was just as powerful. He was his running mate, and like I said, he was dolo at one point in time, and he was seen as the leader when Jordan was gone. But unfortunately, I mean, he did a great job for what he could as far as leading or whatever, but he wasn't in the same stratosphere as Michael Jordan in terms of what he brought to the table in terms of offensive repertoire, even his leadership style. You going now? I love it. Yeah, no doubt. Now, this is another thing too. Uh, Michael, see, as far as the book is concerned, everybody, like True Viking was just saying, everybody's going to try to do everything that they can to try to sell what people want to see behind the scenes. They want to see something nasty. There's people that absolutely agree with Scottie Pippen 100%. They think that Scottie Pippen is right in this. Hey, look, that's their opinion. I have no no problem with that. But see, here's the fine line with that too. Listen, there's stuff going on with Scottie Pippen where people could have really went in on you. There's people. I'm pretty sure that there's people that have approached Michael Jordan when the thing was going on with Larsa Pippen and stuff like that. And Scottie Pippen probably came to the defense. I mean, Michael Jordan probably came to the defense of Scottie Pippen. You know, and also, Michael Jordan has came to the defense of Scottie Pippen numerous of times. He's like True Raw was saying, I think in one of his videos, and I said the same thing. He called Scottie Pippen the best player, because we know that Scottie Pippen was well rounded, and then later on in the years, he became that defensive magnet and everything, and did other playmaking stuff that Jordan was that Jordan was not necessarily doing. He did to the best that he could and everything. But let's just call it what it is. He was having a handful, just being the scorer, being doing other things on the court as well. Well, hey, he had other priorities as well that needed to be taken care of, and he's done that before. Michael Jordan played point guard 1 year. He proved that he could do that, but he had a lot of responsibilities regardless of being a leader. Then on top of that, press conferences. Then on top of that, people probably calling him, people probably always bothering him, stuff like that. People calling, making death threats, and doing all this other stuff, saying stuff about him, criticizing. He had enough to deal with, besides the other stuff that was going on within the team. You said plus the '90s was a different era, more conservative era, a brief renaissance in the late 1980s and early 1990s, of course. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You're on key with that. And, you know, when you talk about, that era, you're talking about, I think, Too Raw is alluding to the Bush. Well, it would be going in from the Reagan to the Bush era, and then from the Bush to the Clinton era. You know what I'm saying? Those eras right there, to me, you saw a lot of different dynamics shifting and stuff like that. And I try not to get on the level politically with like a Two Raw or with the boy LB, because they know a whole hell of a lot more. I know I'm not a political aficionado like those guys are. And plus LB, he serves in the military too. So of course he knows a lot of stuff, that went on more so than a lot of other people, and our LVZ too as well. But I saw the shift that was going on, and I was thinking about it too, Raw too. Now that WrestleMania is going on and stuff like that, I don't know if y'all remember, but see, back in the days, they took what was going on and made it a storyline in one of the WrestleManias. It was either WrestleMania or SummerSlam, but they had uh, Sergeant Slaughter, who was supposed to be seen as Saddam Hussein, and then you had Hulk Hogan. He was he was like the American hero, and it became a thing of what was going on during that time when they were talking about Desert Storm and Desert Shield and stuff like that. So they were they were bringing that onto the entertainment scene, and it fueled rage in the world. You know what I'm saying? I could even remember when they even had Muhammad Ali refereeing in the ring and stuff like that. That caused controversy, but they finally gave uh, Muhammad Ali his just due. But they never liked Muhammad Ali, just like they never liked Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just like they never liked Bill Russell, just like they never liked Jim Brown, just like they never liked some of those other guys. Right, exactly, Tara. But it was entertainment. Don't get me wrong. But people really thought it was real. I thought it was real. Even me being a youngin, during that time. But getting back to the subject at hand, you know, I just think that Scottie Pippen, he is trying to sell that book. And listen, I know some people probably feel that Michael Jordan is absolutely done with Scottie Pippen. I disagree with some people. I think that they're gonna go back and they're gonna talk about things and stuff like that. Listen, it was a relationship. These guys played with each other for uh, well over a little close to 2 decades, if you really think about it. Like what? Because Pippen came in, well, a little close to a decade or more, but or a decade or more. I would say like 14, 15 years, somewhere around there. But these guys pretty much know everything about each other. Okay, these guys play cards. These guys are in the locker room. These guys have slept with women together. Let's just, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. These guys have went to parties. These guys have done this. These guys have done that. They know stuff about each other, you know what I'm saying, to a point where, okay, I know this about you and I know that about you. So I'm pretty sure, even though Scottie Pippen is coming out with with everything that he's saying when he talked to Michael Strahan on Good Morning America and all this other stuff, saying this sort of thing, people are intrigued by that, you know, and they're going to go behind the scenes. They're probably going to hash it out. They've gotten into it before. I'm not saying that they've had fist fights or anything like that, but like any relationship, there's going to be confrontation. But I'm pretty sure that they're not completely done with each other. Because listen, think about this, and this is what Ticket TV alluded to too. And I said the same thing. And also, Scottie Pippen had came to grips and already said that him and Phil's relationship was better or whatnot. Well, Scottie Pippen was laughing it up with Phil and chilling with Phil on the sidelines and stuff like that after he had called uh, Phil a racist, quote unquote, a racist and everything, you know. And he came to the support of Phil, like Tiki said. Now I forgot that Tiki had said this too, and shout out to Tiki too. If you haven't subbed to his channel, definitely go sub to his channel, Pro Basketball Updates, all of his channels. He also mentioned that Scottie Pippen had came to the aid of Phil in support of him, doing the front office jobs and stuff. Even though he did a horrible job in New York, but he had his back. Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. 95 and 98. There you go. Yeah, so that was, you know, so we're talking 9 years. 9 years. About 9 years. Right. You understand? Yeah. Just talk about it like grown men. Talk about it like grown men. Get it out in the open, and then just move forward. But you got to think about it. There's other people involved. There's families involved that are looking at this and everything. People are gonna get that book. Even the people that don't really too much care for Scottie Pippen, they're gonna get the book just to see what they say, what he has to say. And some people are gonna get the book to see if he's actually talking about them. You know, So you know, yeah, Charles Barkley was right. He was on point. He was 100% correct. He's just trying to promote a book. Controversy sells, and we know that. So, like I said, man, like this video, share it, subscribe, also hit the notifications too. And uh, I thank everybody for pulling up. True Roth for TV, thank you for pulling up, Big Mike, and True Viking Queen, thank you for coming up in here, showing your love and support. Not going to be on this too long. I got a couple things that I got to take it care of today or whatnot. You said a scoring woman. Yeah, I got some things I got to take care of, but I'll be able to go live, and I'm gonna put the link in there a little bit later so y'all could come and voice your opinion on whatever else that we gonna discuss today though. But I appreciate the love. Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. I'll get at y'all later.